Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? Just do this. How are y'all doing, guys? Hope you guys are doing great. Just gotta make announcements that I'm live right now. But yeah. What's up, guys? Just put in the chat right here. What do you mean? Why is it 480? What does that mean? Right here. All right. So let me see what's going on right here. Currently like where we are on the chart right now. Kind of missed. I don't know if I missed it. It was pretty fast though. I had to. I kind of missed an opportunity, but it was really fast though. I wasn't willing to put in the risk. I was willing to enter around like around like here. Never got filled though. Looking tensed. Nah, I'm chilling, bro. Trust. Doing great. You need a hair gel sponsor? I didn't even put on gel at all. Yeah, kind of. I cut the hair because yeah, it was getting too long. Why don't you ever tell us which system you use? That's a good question. Because there is a concept called alpha decay, which means that if too many people are trading the same system, um, the algorithms that are controlling the market um, will recognize the amount of orders that are getting put in at the same time at the same level, which basically what is going to happen is that either they're going to create more aggression towards your stop loss, or they're going to create more aggression before you get the chance of entering, so you're put in a position where like you just can't make money at all. Like your system completely changes, you know. Bruh. So yeah, so basically like what I show on YouTube is um this is really good valuable information, you know. Like you can't deny that some things work pretty well in the current market conditions that we are in, you know. And even if it's not my main, let's say my strategy that I'm using, it doesn't mean it doesn't work, especially for prop firm. But basically alpha is if you generate positive expected value, if your system has positive EV, so if your system makes money in the long run. So alpha decay just means that you're you're not gonna make like the expected value of your system decreases. That's basically what it means. But you guys need to understand that even if you don't believe that, let's say you don't believe it's a true thing. Okay, let me just put you in a context. Let's say um let's say you are in a highway, all right? This is the highway and everyone goes here and there's huge traffic. All right? There's huge traffic. Okay? But then, okay, if you let's say if you take this route right here, okay, if you take the small route right there, and there is, let's say, you can't go there, okay, there's grass, okay. If you take this walk right, this sidewalk right here where there's grass, so your car shouldn't go there, but then it gets you out of the traffic and you get to your destination super quick. This is, let's say, an edge, all right? But if too many people know about that shit, what is going to happen is that there's going to be traffic even here. It's the same concept. You know, it's literally the same concept. You like for you to, generate a positive expected value over the long run, you got to do what the masses don't do. Know what I mean? So let's say high RR. Usually all the concepts you hear online, you should do the complete opposite. Usually you should, like, reverse engineering a lot of concepts could lead you to a profitable system. No, it's also a quantum finance term. It's not just a physics term. Yeah. So that's basically it. It's like, for me, I've always been that way. It's like, okay, the information that I read online, is it true? How am I gonna know it's true? I'm gonna try it for myself. Okay, I'm gonna go and back this and see if it actually works. And then what you'll realize is that 99.9% of the time you will get uh, you will not get the value that you thought you were gonna get. So this is why I always tell you guys, take a YouTube video and take the value out of it. Just try to build your own system off of the value given in that video. Don't think it's the only thing that will get you there. But I think my example was pretty good. If you have a highway and there's a slight edge, if you turn right, left, and then boom, you have a straight and there's no traffic. If too many people know about this, there's gonna be traffic there. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. What's up? What's up, brother? Prop is demo? Yeah, for sure. I'm not telling you that you're moving the market. You're not moving the market as a demo trader first, and even as a retail, you would need so many people to trade the same edge to move the market in a certain direction. Well, let's say ICT. If you Let's say possibly what he showed in the 2022, basically the 2022 model, let's say, since it got so popularized, I would guess that, you know, it's outdated. It's an outdated system. Why is it so easy to, deduct is why is 95 or 90% of traders still why does 90% of traders still fail knowing that this model exists? And then you have people talking about, okay, it's psychology and stuff, but bro, I don't believe it. You gotta tell yourself that there's people in this world that are getting paid $5 million per year, $3 million per year to create strategies that gives a positive expected value. So you're most likely not gonna find, your 99.9% win rate strategy on YouTube. All right, because in my own experience, finding an edge is the hardest part in trading by far. So if of course it's hard, the psychology is hard, and there's a lot of things that you know makes trading a super hard, um, you know, super hard work. But in my opinion, if you trade one micro and you trade with a size that you wouldn't care about the outcome, you wouldn't have any psychological issue trading that system. So if you're trading with one micro, let's say, and you're still unprofitable, it's not because of your psychology. This is what most people should do. Let's say to see if they're actually profitable or not. Let me see this. Bro, do you have a Discord? Yes, I have. Do you see me promote it anywhere? Not really. Listen, what I show on YouTube, all right? What is happening right now is that basically, okay, in trading, there is some edge or some strategies that will work for certain years and will stop working for certain years. Okay, trading is a really streaky kind of thing. Okay, you could have, let's say, a system that would work for 2 years and then lose your edge for the next five. All right, because of fundamentals or you know a lot of things going on in the world. But let's say right now on NQ, okay, an indice that is doing pretty well and has large amount of volume traded every single day. What do we see? What kind of confirmations that we see that we could at least get 10 to 15 handles every single day? You can see it on the chart every single day. At least an inverse for value gap is going to get you a small piece of the pie. Is that exactly what I'm trading? No, but I can recognize that it's still pretty fucking strong, you know. So I'm not denying that. That's why I show it on my YouTube a lot. It's like it's strong. It's really strong, especially like in July. I just made a PDF for you guys, by the way. Um, I'm gonna post it on in my Discord basically if you want it. It's free Discord. Don't have to pay, but I'll post like every single A plus setup um using the system that I just show on my YouTube, and think whatever the fuck you want, but I'm telling you it's strong right now. Like inversion for value gaps, they were not an edge. They were not always an edge. In my opinion, as soon as the zero DTE um you know got put in on NQ, the amount of volume traded was so much higher. So there was stuff like new systems that came in play. Especially right now, like NQ is literally the most volatile asset pair. Amos, where is your jawline? He was mewing since 1 year. You're going down the rabbit hole. Hope you find Wonderland. What does that mean? I only speak French and English. I don't speak I don't talk with coded but yeah, that's just my view on the market. Like, it doesn't mean, like, let's say there's a lot of people that will trade order flow and will be super against the way that I trade. They will be like, how do you know that stops got ran if you don't have access to volume? And yeah, it's, they're right in a way. In a way, they're right, but I found something in the price action, let's say, that tells me those order flow confirmation, and I know that they will see the same exact thing happening. So let's say the huge debate when you're gonna meet another trader is the fact that they're not gonna necessarily align with the way that you're trading, or someone will think that the market is ran by the market auction theory, when someone else will think there's an algorithm, and someone else will think something else. But who gives a fuck, really? Like, if you truly think about it, like, nobody cares about the way that you're trading. Like, totally, like, nobody gives a shit. For me, if I see that you're making money, you know what you're doing. But what I know about, let's say, trading is that there is big win streaks, there is edge that works for 3 months and will stop working. So you cannot look at a guy and judge him when you see him winning. You got to judge him by his loss streaks. You're gonna be like, okay, how is he moving when he's starting to lose? Is he adapting? Is he risking more? What is he doing? Order flow is good, but you got to understand that looking at, there is nothing, no confirmation that will predict where price is gonna go. Or if there was one, everyone would be rich. Let's say, okay, there is just concepts in order flow that will help you to understand what's happening inside the volume, but it doesn't mean that you will be able to predict that price will go higher at that exact moment for in the span of 5 years. This is impossible. So that's why you need a framework. You need a consistent way to read the chart on the higher time frame, or a consistent way to look at candles and be like, okay, this has more chances of happening. Then I'm going to confirm that bias with a lower time frame confirmation, which is volume. But it's like, let's say, looking at an absorption, what's going to happen, and it happened to me also. I used to trade order flow. I used to just look at the footprint chart and be like, okay, damn, there's an absorption right here. Zeroed out auction, boom, I'm gonna there's trapped sellers, I'm gonna go long, boom, and then you get spanked, and then the real move happens. It's the same thing with anything. Let's say the market structure shift, you're gonna see what you're seeing on the order flow, the volume. Okay, you're seeing the same thing on the chart. Okay, high, low, higher, high, there is some buyers right here, you know it. Okay, last down move before a break of structure, you see all those orders stacked right here, an order block. Okay, then right here, let's say you broke structure to the upside, you think this is the area where buyers are going to go. Does that mean that you see a lot of buyers right here that you won't necessarily break that high? No. How many times did you see that order block get ran through and then push price back to the upside? That breaker can also not hold. So, like, there is nothing, I truly don't believe you can be profitable only looking at the 1 minute chart. I can't. Like, I mean, you could, but you have to be a micro scalper. But like, there's so many things that happen because of higher time frame candles, and when you know this, you're like, okay, if you're trading without them, you're blind. And I'm that's my way of trading. But for me, if I don't see what I want to see on the higher time frame, It could be. It doesn't need to be a 4 hour daily chart. I'm looking at mostly the lower time frames. Okay, but I look at a higher candle to tell me, okay, right now price is gonna go here and has way more chances of going here. Okay, so now I'm gonna look for that entry model, or now I'm gonna wait for that pullback. Do you use daily bias? No. I'm a scalper. I get, 15, 10, 15 handles every day. I don't give a fuck about, a daily bias. Why would I? Small signal linearity works everywhere for non-linear system like trading also. What does that mean? What does that mean? Can someone translate in Fortnite terms? I need Fortnite terms for that. Like, I don't understand. You find the 4 minute useful for anything? No. No, 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 no. I don't find it useful at all. Why don't you trade Forex? Forex. Mm, I don't know. I cannot really tell you, but I was trying Forex back then, but um, the prop firm in the prop firm world gave better prices for futures. So since I had no money in the first place, I just went with futures prop firms. And back then, it was way harder than now. Way, way, way harder. So I could enter in some shorts right here. Most definitely. Most defo. That's still one. Alright, this is pretty good. I am going to sell 7-7. This one. Oh shit. The limit at 7-7 right here. I'm gonna get picked up on that. Oh, nope. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna get picked up on that. These are hard to enter on, bro. Yo, by the way, I'm doing a giveaway. Uh, Depending on how many likes we can get, man, I don't get filled, bro. I don't get filled. I don't get filled. Oh, good. Kind of pissed. Too freaking setup today. I literally wanted 75. I only wanted 75 there, bro. Yeah, I got the dump, but couldn't enter on that. Market is weird right now for the entries. Not gonna lie. It was not easy. Being completely honest, it was not an easy trade to take. Alright, I have a lot of comments to look at. What's your what do you prefer, lightning infinite accounts or evals? Lightning infinite accounts by far. I hate passing evals. That's dog shit for me. Why? Because I don't take them seriously. That's the only thing. Like I think they're really good if you don't necessarily have the reps yet, all right, or if you just can't afford the the lightning accounts, they're still they're good. But for me, um, lightning accounts are by far the best. Like I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it was actually a thing. What do you think of gamma charm exposure on SPX? That could be an edge. Um, that's too complicated to talk about on that. Well, yeah, the rest I responded. Do you view the market through the lens of market maker models? Um, I view it as the power of three. Power of three is by far the best concept. And when you dig super deep into that power of three, um, this is where you find some really good stuff. But the power of three for me is is by far the best and the only concept you should learn. And it's not just about accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's like what's actually happening here on the higher time frame, and why would you expect that? What's happening when the candle opens, close? Shifts above the open, shifts below the open. Let me see how many likes we have. We have 42 likes. So if we have 100, if we have 120 likes, we'll do a straight to funded account giveaway. If we have 100 likes, we'll do a growth. If we have 80 likes, we'll do an advanced. That's what we're gonna do. So I have all the accounts, I have all the codes, but I mean, can't give them for free. Besides Tradeify, which platform is good? Why would you need any other platform than Tradeify? If you can have access to 5 accounts, that should be it. 550Ks, making 15K a month. You don't necessarily need more than that, in my opinion. Kind of pissed though here. I'm kind of mad at myself, bro. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, today is one of those days where I was just too passive. I was being a bitch. I was too passive, bro. I just bid on two good setups. You maxed out on Tradeify? I guess. If you maxed out, you can look for others, but can't really speak about it. You already know. I don't use any other firms than Tradeify. So I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't got no euros, bro. That's just my Discord profile picture, but I don't got any euros. Oh my. Do you often notice correlations between YM and ES? I think for the correlation thing, you can't go too deep. It's like you can find an edge with the correlation, but like let's say you look at NQ, ES, and YM. I see some people do that uh, through a large sample size. Let's say like 3,000 trades. We're gonna have so many trades where the like the correlation, like you enter the trade because of the correlation, but the correlation meant nothing, you know. So I think you should just stick with the NQES. The more things you add to your system, the harder it becomes to manage it through years and years of data. How many likes do we have? 62. So 100 we're doing growth, 80 we're doing an advanced. So right now we're far from having a possible straight to funded account. So lock in, guys. Do you know Foreca? No, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Damn. If I won, yeah, that's the thing. It happened to another guy. If you win and you have to pay the activation fee, like if you know you can't pay the activation fee, to be completely honest, it's better if you just tell me about it and I'll give you a growth. And now I just gave the method GG's. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. So everyone's gonna start saying, when I'm gonna send the email, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I live here. I can't pay the activation fee. GG's." I'm gonna, I'm gonna see. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really care, but I gotta do an investigation. If I suspect you from lying, like a little bit, you're cooked. I'm not gonna give you the growth. Do you trade DAX? Yeah, see, I'm in the same time zone. A lot of prop firms offer. No, I don't trade that. I only trade NQ. I quite agree with you, James, on that. If you don't have the money to pay the activation fee, man. Let's say like, let's say if I was in your shoes, I know it's way easier to talk than, do, especially when you have a family, etc., etc. But let's say you're young, and let's say you live in Algeria or Morocco, okay, a country where the the currency is worth pennies here. What you do, in my opinion, you shouldn't even trade. Like if you're interested about trading or interested about getting into that, you shouldn't even trade because you don't have the right amount of capital to even pay an account. And even if you pay that account, it literally costs you around like 2 months of, or like 1 month of hard work, which is not worth. So what I would do if I was in your shoes really is that I would work my ass off for like 3 years straight. And it's hard to say, but I would just get out of that country, if I'm being honest. It's like the when you live in a country like, let's say, Canada, or even in Europe, you have so many opportunities, so many opportunities. So like I would have, shifted my focus to just get out of that country first, and then I would start trading. Because listen, let's be straight. If $90 is a lot of money, the stress you're gonna have related to that eval, let's not even talk about a PA, is insane. Like, I know because I have family there, and like $200 could feed a whole family for 2 months, like 200 USD. Like it's not a small amount of money there. Like let's say I give $1,000 to my cousin who lives in Algeria, bro. That guy is like it's literally the same thing as if I gave him 10K here, or a little bit more than that, like 13K. Literally the same thing, because that's the buying power there. Like nothing, it costs nothing. Like if you basically, why trading is so nice is because once you have the skill, you can then go back to that country, which costs nothing in the first place. You know, so you're not obligated to shoot for like 50K, 30K months. You could just aim for 6, 7K USD per month, and if you are consistent enough, you could just live in a country where the currency is worth nothing, but you're getting paid in USD, so you're just a king. It's literally the same thing. That's the power of trading. You know, that's what I would do if I was you, man. But I know it's way easier said than done. You need some balls to get out of your country like that, and that's undeniably going to be the biggest step. But listen, like you're not necessarily you don't necessarily need to have the right conditions in order to get out of your country. Let's say my parents, what they did, or they had their back against the wall for sure. So like you could definitely perform. What I talk about performing is like uh, giving yourself a situation here. Let's say in Montreal, or there's a lot of people from Morocco or Algeria and Montreal, so that's why I'm telling you this. But you could build a pretty good situation even without trading here. Like you would live way better. Like you would have a better life, in my opinion. 100%. Because the thing is, it's not only the country, it's who's in that country. That's really the problem, guys. It's Let's say we're talking about countries where the currency is low. People there usually don't have ambitions like people in the States. Your circle, if you live in the United States, the people are hungry for money, and they're hungry for a career, and they're hungry to become the best version of themselves. And I know in a country where it's hard and there's poverty and stuff, no one gives a shit. They wake up at 4 p.m. No one works. I know it, you know. So because I went there and I saw that. So when you see that, and your environment is filled with people with no ambitions, you're just gonna end up like them. That's 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's just easy. Like I know, even right now, I think they just released the news where you cannot even trade there anymore, like crypto or some shit. So that should give you like a perspective of, okay, even my country is now allowing that for now. So I think you're risking like jail time. You're risking jail time for trading crypto or having a crypto wallet. So like, just stay out of that. How would you start from zero? Listen, for me, if you need the trading money to make money, you shouldn't be trading in the first place, because it's an investment game. That's how I see it. For you to invest, you need to have money, right? Like the best traders will always be the traders that don't care about losing a certain amount. Let's say you have three kids and you have no job and you need to make bare minimum $3,000 in order for your kids to be fed, do you think you're gonna accept a loss? Let's say, do you think you're gonna accept three losses in a row? There's no chance. Like this is for me real psychology. Like when I'm talking about, okay, yeah, psychology is not important in trading, edge is more important. If like I'm talking in the best case scenario where when you don't need the money to live, of course. If you're talking about like you have kids and you need that money, bro, it's impossible to make money. Like even if you have an edge, like the amount of pressure that you have in a type of in a game like trading, it's so hard. It's like you still trade with I have a live account with them, but can't really speak about it on that. Yeah, exactly. Since they have no opportunities and they know like even if they work 15 years, they will not, you know, they will not be in a better situation. That's why they give up. Like most people just give up on themselves in those countries, which is pretty lame, but in my opinion, best thing you could do is just if you're a young guy, even let's say even if you have a family, because my parents did the same thing, bro, your life's gonna change. Even if you have a regular job here, like you still live pretty well, man. Like people spit on regular jobs and stuff, but I stand with that. A trader that has a regular job will be a way better trader than a full time trader that has a lot of that needs to make that money to live. 100%. If you make $3,000 per month passively and you know you're good, then trading full time is not necessarily a bad thing. But if you have $0 coming in every month and you have no safety net, no anything, life is on hard mode. So you either gotta turn up. Okay, some people are like that though. Some people need to have that kind of pressure in order to move their ass and be the best version of themselves. And that's totally okay. But yeah, just know that don't blame yourself too much if you are in that situation, for sure. Like also for the people that are not in that situation, you have to be you have to be so thankful for that. Like we are blessed. We are really blessed to have that opportunity. And that's why like slacking on when you have that kind of opportunity, like with the amount of opportunities we have with prop firms to make money and to change our lives, like you should be grinding that shit every single day in order to find your system, be the best possible trader. Backtest, put in the work because you can't cheat this game. So yeah. I missed out on that sell off right here. Watching it. Nah, you're wrong for that VIP, bro. If you're watching the stream, oh my god, bro. Alright, alright. I was afraid to get banned. You're not. You think you're gonna get banned, bro? Only pain. Are you fucking serious? Get banned for what? For trolling me, bro? You get mad over someone trolling you, you're a bitch. 100%. Oh, yeah, you got me. You got me there. You got me there. You got me there. I'm going, coming back, guys. My fault. I'm dumb. But yeah, bro, you got me there. You definitely got me there, bro. My fault, guys. Wow. This daily candle is insane. But like, be honest, bro. Is that is that an L cut or a W cut? Because the thing is like, let's say the last cut that I had is just a toddler. Like, you just look like a toddler, you know? Like, I was actually like asking myself, I was like, let's say I meet someone on the street and he looks at me, he's gonna be like, this guy's not serious, you know? Like, this guy's that guy's a toddler, bro. And you guys get me when I say that for sure. But yeah. So like, yeah, y'all can roast me, trust me. I'm gonna take it to the chin. But I gotta show you guys how he trolled me, bro. No, because it's actually funny, bro. Oh my god. No, he actually got me, bro. Oh my god. Shorten the top. Yeah. I could shorten the top a little bit, but let me see. Let me see how I can trading. No, not trading view. It's he trolled me with this. All right, look. Oh hell no, bruh. No cap, you got me there, bro. You got me there. Gotta take the L on that one. Not gonna lie, just have to take the L to the chin, to the chin. Definitely. Will shorten the top for sure. But that's the thing though. It's like my hair just um has so much volume, so it's not even that long. It's just it goes to the upside. My hair is bullish, you know. There's nothing I can do about it. L comes, GG's. Yeah, the balding, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but it ain't sweet. Shit ain't sweet. And that's the thing, though. It's like I'm super close to the chem. I'm super close to the chem. If I put my cam like super far, you guys wouldn't see my face like that. Most definitely. Most definitely. Let's see what we can do with that. I don't hate the area where we're bouncing from, actually. I kind of like it. You're gonna ask me why do I like this? And I talked about it in another YouTube video, but when you have such a big displacement candle right here, and it's, let's say it was a series of down close candles, sorry. Let's say you have one, and that's the second, and the second swept liquidity, and it was big. What will most likely happen is that if this candle rejects, you're gonna create an internal gap. So then this gap can become your draw. So that's why I like this possible setup right here. Your profile pic here is so perfect. I mean, it's all right. It looks like I look like a like an 18-year-old guy. I've had that haircut for a while now. So what time you trade models? Usually during the macro, but if I see a good setup, a good scalp opportunity, I'll take it. I will not shy away from it. That's for sure. What I would like here is the second distribution. You see right now we shifted. I would not try to enter here. I would wait for price to hold this breaker, create structure again, then I would wait for the pullback to scalp the internal fair value gap. So too early. The giveaway is going to be on YouTube, by the way. So we're at 78 likes. If we get 120, I'm giving away a straight to funded account, so a lightning account. If we don't, then it's going to be a growth. So just to let you guys know, like I'm going to give away one account per stream, bare minimum. So depending on how many likes we get, I'm going to give away, let's say, more accounts. What time is it? Wait, 1:37? Not that bad. So spam the like button. Oh, I saw Joel was up. What's up, Joel? My fault, bro. They were making fun of me, bro. They were roasting me. I couldn't look at the chat. I had to stand my ground. Yeah, imagine being like a real streamer and have like 5,000 people in your stream spamming that you're chopped, or that's hard. That's some hard shit. This cut makes you look more mature. I appreciate you, bro. I copied you, Joel. You know, we look the same. I already told you. Yeah. But your hair is longer than mine, I think. You think there is still a chance to dip lower on NQ? Let me see the chart. Yeah. This 4-hour candle is bearish, so just looking at who's in control of the market right now, it's the bears. So knowing this, usually what you see, just look at this candle right here. Let's say we had bulls being in control, bulls being in control, bulls being in control, bulls being in control. Every time we went up, then bears, we started to go down. Bears go down, bears go down. So we could still reverse here, but I guess we'll find out. But I still think there is some room to go back to the downside. I got my fair share of Mega Mind comparison. Yeah, GG's. I was thinking about, buzzing my hair, but bro, that would have been another level of hate, bro. Like seeing a guy, I know you guys already saw that, but let's say you just your friend with a guy, and then on a random ass day, he just pulls up with a buzz cut, and like you look at him and you're like, oh hell no. I know it already happened to y'all, but it did happen to me, and like I had the same reaction. And let's say I was like, oh hell no, what did you do? And people, when I did it, let's say I did it like 3 times, every time people were like, hell no, what the fuck is that? So, buzzing my hair. Now, let's say for me, I go on Tradeify TV Live. If those guys, if even like grown people make fun of your haircut, you're cooked. Like you're just chopped and it's finished. if let's say the Tradeify TV crew gets on you for your haircut, you're cooked. And then 800 people in the live are gonna like seriously look at your hairline and be like, oh hell no. So yeah, I thought twice before doing the buzz cut. I'm 22, 22 years old. I don't hate this setup at all. I don't like it. It's a hard read though, but quite a hard read. Timing will be weird, but we'll see. What age did you start trading? 18. Not gonna be an easy trade. Like this could literally destroy us in like 1 second. As much as it can pay, but not gonna be an easy trade. 100%. Hard trade here. We have hard fucking trades, bro. Ah, damn. What's up with these hard trades? But I'm telling you, like, it has not been easy at all. Like even if you see like me posting my P&L, like green P&L, the action is not easy like to read in terms of entries. It's like you gotta take a decision fast. And you could, the thing is like with my system, you could get punished for, you could get punished for entering too aggressively. You could get paid, but you could get punished for sure. So there was opportunities, just hard to enter on those, I guess. Do you know Arabic? No. I grew up in I grew up in Canada my whole life. I was born in Algeria, but at 4 years old, I went to Canada. So I was too young, unfortunately. Not gonna lie, having multiple assets to trade takes you to another level. So far, green every day this week. 0 trades placed on indices. Definitely something I thought about doing, but it's like a big shift, especially for me with the way that I trade. Um, like my framework doesn't necessarily have the same hit rate on different pairs. It would still be good, it would still be profitable, just not the same thing. So it could be hard. So yeah, how do you trade? Joel trades. I think he trades. He switched a little bit his approach, but he trades ICT concepts for sure. Yeah, for sure. It would require more focus. Is your primary ICT entry concept the fair value gap, or do you look for OTE, BBOB? Um, for me, the best, the best by far is a breaker. I think the breaker block gives you the most amount of information on the lower time frame possible. You know, so the breaker first, then an order block paired with a fair value gap. So let's say I have this, and then I have a fair value gap right here, plus my order block. This would be like an entry that I would dream of. So order block paired with fair value gap, or a breaker. So that is on. Those are the best for me by far. Especially like even when I was trading order flow, I saw the same exact thing. It was by far the best. The breaker was by far the best. Because basically what happens, let's say here, what happened on the lower time frames is that we create higher highs. So what's happening is that buyers are strong, and once let's say the last down move before the break of structure becomes an area where buyers should defend their position to create a new high. Okay, because the market is a transaction between buyers and sellers, and let's say this is the last down move before the break of structure. It means that sellers try to push price down, but the buyers were aggressive enough to squeeze them. So since we know there's squeezed sellers right here, what are those sellers gonna do? They will sell a shit ton of shares right here, so they will go back to their break-even spot, click on buy since they clicked on sell in the first place to get out, and then price will go up again. It's all about understanding covering. So then once you understand that order blocks should create higher highs, then what you have here is a breaker. A breaker is a failed order block. So you know there's a zone that should hold in order to create a new high, but you disrespect it. So now you have extra confirmation that, okay, those buyers right here that should have defended the position are getting squeezed and the sellers are strong. So now once we pull back to that neckline right here, we should see the same exact pattern, which is resistance. So again, here, let's say once you disrespect the zone, what is going to happen? Buyers are going to be strong. Why? Right here, because they will try to defend their position to go back break even. Right here. So they will, they will hedge their position basically. Oh my God, what is that dump? GG's. So yeah, breaker, order block for value gap. But right now, let's say if I didn't have my own system, I would have been trading inversion for value gaps. 100%. I have zero doubts that inversions right now are possibly the strongest order flow confirmation we have on NQ. 100%. And it wasn't always the case, but I'm, pretty confident in saying that an inverse gives you quite a good perspective on the order flow. Really, really good understanding of that. Can you explain how to refine a strategy? You need to have a folder. So you need to journal your backtest. Backtesting is not just freestyling in front of the chart. And, basically why people think that backtesting is not good is because they don't take it seriously. Okay, backtesting could be, a way for you to have market experience that you didn't have because you were not trading back in the day. This is how I see it. So for me, I take a folder, blank folder on, let's say Word document, and every time I start with a year, let's say 2024, and I have my model, okay, and then I have some parameters that I'm playing with. I take 100, 200 trades. I take pictures of every single winner, every single loser, every single time I went break even. What was ES doing? What was NQ doing? What was the 15-minute chart looking like? What was the, depending on what time frame I was looking at for my system. But I'm taking pictures of everything. In the beginning, it's really time consuming because you need to look for a lot of stuff. This is why I'm telling you, building a real strategy takes some fucking time. It's like a PhD level thing. It takes you 2 years, full years of dedication, for sure. So that's why I'm telling you. And then what you're gonna see is that your losers, you're gonna have a folder with your winners and your losers. And when you're gonna take a look at your losers, you will see something that is recurring with those losers. They will look the same. If you had the same parameters every time you entered, you will be able to use your human discretion in order to build rules so you don't take those losses. And then round 2, boom, you keep going, but with the new rules. But you keep notes of what's happening on the, let's say, the higher time frame candles or the higher time frame chart, the lower time frame also, to then see, okay, I added this rule. Does that make sense right now? Or did that rule just was good for 3 months and then it was better off if I just didn't add that rule? So there's a lot of parameters you can play with, but the most important thing is to take your backtesting super seriously and, journal your backtesting. If you don't have a folder full of your pictures, you are not a real trader for me. You can say anything that you want, but you're possibly just gambling. You need, you cannot go backtest and be like, oh yeah, this setup I wouldn't take. This is what's happening because that's called delusion. This is what 99.9% of people do. It's like, oh, they see a setup, yeah, nah, this setup, oh, they're gonna find a reason, or they're gonna look at ES, yeah, it didn't close above the high on ES, so I'm not gonna I wouldn't have taken that in live. I know me, I wouldn't have taken that. But stop lying, you know, the moment you take it, you're being accountable to your actions, and you know that, okay, this was a setup that I would have taken. These are my rules. These follow my rules, and I would have lost on that. Count that as a loss, and the feedback you're gonna get from those losers is what's gonna get you to a proven system. It's that simple. Hopefully, I responded to your question, but this is why I keep saying that you can't cheat this game. And a lot of people will absolutely dislike me for my my takes on trading. But one thing with me is that I don't give a shit about opinion of others, because I know what I did, and I know how hard it is. You know, I don't look at my left or my right and be like, okay, oh, this guy made it in 6 months. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you what kind of work I had to put in, and what was, let's say, my approach. There you could have a different approach. You could be, a discretionary trader, but for me, I don't see the point of, you know, I don't see the point of losing money for 5 years just so you don't back this. Like, bro, you have so many things to learn in backtesting before you put in a real risk, that I don't get the point of, just forward testing and, you know getting the reps while risking real money just so you take it seriously. Just take it seriously in the first place. Like, what? It's like practice. Let's say you want to be a basketball player. Oh yeah, um, I don't really give a shit about practice. In game, I'm gonna piss on the other team. You're never gonna do that. It's not how life works. Practice is why you get there. You know. So that's the truth. And you just have to tell yourself, like I said in the beginning, think like the masses, end up like the masses. If you think like the people, like everyone in this community, you will end up like everyone. It's that simple. What's sold? Usually, what's sold to traders is high RR. Okay, which I think it's good, but I think it's a beautiful way to talk about trading. You're gonna risk less, 4 times less than what you're gonna make. Okay, but statistically, does that work? No, kind of. It could if you put in the right amount of work, but it's a marketing. It's marketing. It's like you put in $200 and you can make 800. Sounds too good to be true, right? And usually, when it sounds too good to be true, it is. Same thing for psychology. Oh, I'm unprofitable because of my psychology. No, you're not. Stop lying to yourself. No, you're not. Even if you traded one micro, you wouldn't be profitable. So, like that, the thing is, I think what kills most traders is that it's delusion. Delusion, being delusional, not in the right way. Being delusional, thinking that you will find a way without putting in hard work. So, dislike me for that. But man, I will stand with those statements for the rest of my life. When I'm talking about trading, though. When is the back? Yo, I didn't talk about that backtesting session with Tradeify. This basically, I'm gonna tell y'all what we're gonna do, but I'm gonna host like a lobby with, let's say, 100 people. I don't think we're gonna be more than, let's say, depending if I stream on the Tradeify TV, uh, like channel. we could have a lot of people for sure. So make sure you tune in. But um, let's say we do it on their YouTube channel. What we would do is a big kind of how do I say that? A personalized game, exactly like you have in, let's say, video games like Call of Duty, a personalized game where you have a code and then you enter that code and you're in, my lobby. And when you're in that lobby, if you are doing good, if you're like, if you can have good returns in backtesting, there's going to be leaderboards. And if you get into those leaderboards in the session that I'm live, you'll get rewarded for um, you'll get rewarded with a free account. Those would be, let's say, like the top five would get, a straight to funded account or something like this. It's not, this is just, let's say, the main idea, but there's no kind of announcement yet. But this is what we're looking to get into, or getting into more of the gaming space. I know, like traders, there's a lot of gamers. It's kind of the same field, but hosting a game on any type of games, let's say Valorant or Rainbow, personalized game, and if your team wins, you build a team with 5 guys, let's say, and if your team wins, you get 5 straight to funded accounts. Like, those are the things that will bring the community, will hype up the community to do something else than just trading. Like, trading is nice, you got to put a lot of hard work, but time off the chart is super important, of course. Absolutely. Do you watch football? Not really. Not really, bro. I'm playing football, but I don't watch. I don't watch anything. Usually in my life, when I was younger, I didn't even look at movies. I was just gaming. So either I was gaming or I was playing sports. And so yeah, movies or, watching football or watching anything, I wasn't really doing. But yeah, UFC I'm watching for sure. But it's like once every 2 weeks. Of course, I'm watching UFC. Of course, like this is the best thing that ever happened to us. UFC, of course, bro. Thank you so much. You explained so well. I have backtested tiers of data and journaled it with pictures. I'll just find some pattern. Yeah, exactly. You're on the right path, bro. The reps you're putting in, they're uh, they're gonna save you a lot of money. For 2 to 1 are our traders. They are extremely skilled traders. Crazy. Only look for the 2 to 1 or better. Seems easy, but man, that's tough. Yeah, it's hard, bro. Like having a real edge through, like, let's say 4 or 5, like survives 4 or 5 years of data, and is like, when I'm talking about an edge, I'm talking about something that outperforms holding the NQ or holding ES. If you're not making more than 13, 15%, or bare minimum 20% a year, you're better off just working a regular job and putting all your money in the S&P and holding. That's just, like, that's how you should think. It's like, if my strategy doesn't do 20%, I'm better off just being a long-term investor. And finding that 1 to 2 is not as easy as people think. It's not as easy as people think. And we're not even talking about, don't talk about 1 to 3s or 1 to 4s or 1 to 5s. Like, statistically, like, just pure probabilities, there is like almost 0% chance of finding an edge with like 1 to 4s like a 1 to 4 with above than a 35% win rate. Like it's statistically almost impossible, especially in a dynamic market like the market we're trading that adapts to um, fundamentals and who's in control. Uh, let's say of like let's say in the U.S. It's a dynamic market, so like finding a high RR system, the complexity of that, like you need to be smart, like smart. Like I'm telling y'all, this is not sweet. How many? We have 90 likes. 100 we're doing a growth, so call your sister to go like this live. But damn, I need to see an opportunity. Right now I would look for a possible shift because you see on that 4 hour, I want to see that low get swept right here. But once I see that low get swept, I want to look for a possible reversal. 100%. Right now, shit is sweet. Bro, what is this price action? Like, this is like some sweet price action, like on the 15. Wow. What do you guys think? Do you like be honest? It's not that you're listening. Let's say you're listening to me. You can disagree with what I say. I am not a guy who's gonna be like super close-minded about everything. No, I think I can learn something new every single day from anyone, literally anyone. So, like, if you guys, let's say, if you guys disagree, tell me, and I wanna, like, I actually want to have discussions with people that disagree with my points, or that just don't view it the same way. How many likes do we need for a lightning funded? Bro's gonna is gonna send bots. We need 120 likes. We're at 91. I'm still learning, so I can't disagree. I get you for sure. I'm looking for a possible reversal. I would want to see price sweeping this low right here, and then closing right above this high. That would be like an A plus scenario. I would enter my full size 100% on that trade. Who's your favorite in the UFC? Currently, I would say Topuria. Topuria, because he knocks people out. I like people that when they go into the cage, they want to finish their opponent. They don't have like a game plan to play like a bitch. Like I think this is disgusting when you do this. It's like when you're a champion and you just have a game plan to not grapple against a certain guy, and or like just because basically when you're a champion, you can't really lose if the fight is 50-50. That's really about it. They're never gonna rob you from your title if the fight is like even if it's like 55-45 for the other guy, you're gonna win the fight. So like knowing this, the other guy, let's say the contender that goes and fights that the champ, he knows it's gonna be hard because if he's not dominating the other guy, he's gonna lose. So yeah, he's from Georgia, your country, nice. That's not yo, Paul. You won an account, no? I remember your name. I remember some names here. Trader King, also you won an account. Bro, on that day I gave out 12 accounts. I need to see a long setup from here. Like I think this is a really good area to see a bounce from. Like right now there's not a lot of time left, so I would rather see it, hold here, open lower to sweep that 15-minute candles low and then push back to the upside. That's what I'm looking for right now. Yo, the giveaway is I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you guys to type a word, and then a bot will register you towards another platform, and then it will be completely random. Like I have no okay, it's impossible to do it in another way. The bot is the one controlling it. It's called bot Rick, so you can look at that. That day was wild. First Tradeify guest day. You had so many viewers. Yeah, absolutely. That day was absolutely nice. I had like 200 viewers, I think, at a point. Pretty cool, for sure. We would need a miracle right now to close above this high. I don't think we're gonna do it. What I want to see right now is this candle holding, all right, sweeping the low, going like right here, market structure shifting, then I'm gonna take the bounce. So looking to see some possible longs, but not now. On the next 15. What do we sweep? Previous daily. Yeah, we have some upside potential from here. 100%. Are you live every PM session? No, I'm just live Wednesdays on Tradeify TV, so 9:15 a.m. EST, and live on Thursdays and Fridays on this YouTube channel. So tomorrow also I'll be live at 12:30 p.m. Yes, sir. So if you guys want Lightning account, okay, straight to funded account, no evals. The only way to get it is with 120 likes. Not joking. So if we don't get 120 likes, it's gonna be a growth because we're getting to 100, so not bad. All right, this is good. What's happening right now is good. So I would want to see, you see, like we created that bearish fair value gap right here. If we reject that low, I know this fair value gap will most likely get filled. It's a smaller one, so not as high probable, but right now we're opening lower, which is not bad. I want to see some accumulation if we can. We can chop a little bit, sweep, push up. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm not looking to, get into Trades that are not, let's say, a little bit more discounted. I want the best possible setup for sure. After having so much experience, do you still hesitate to execute a trade or not? Because I hesitate a lot and then regret. Good question. I think you have, when you hesitate, it's because you have some discretion in your system. If it was fully mechanical, I don't think you would hesitate that much. You know. So let's say for me, I don't. It's not that I hesitate. It's there's always for me in my system. There's always an aggressive and a passive entry. So I know that I have a decision to make. Either I enter aggressively or either I enter passively. So it's not really that I hesitate. It's really depending on the situation and what happened in the last 3-4 weeks. I'm gonna make a decision and accept the risk. That's it. So even if, let's say, you saw like there was 2 trades I was willing to take on stream and they just ran without me. They didn't pull back at all. But for me, with the price action that we saw in the last few weeks, I saw some deeper retracements, which I was not comfortable losing in a trade that would have still possibly end up being a winner. So I rather wait for a deep retracement and stay cash, so not be in a trade, then take a loss on a trade that will possibly end up being a winner. So it's just know everything about your edge, and then I don't think you're gonna hesitate too much. If you hesitate, let's see, are you talking about hesitation on if you think your setup is valid or not, or it's just because of a money aspect? Because for me, let's say, when I really needed the money, of course I was hesitating. If you let's say, if you don't have the money to pay the activation fees for your next set of accounts, this is not just hesitation. This is deeper psychological demons you have to deal with. Yeah, it's the money aspect. Like I already knew it for sure. Because hesitating, when you really need the money, even on A plus setup, you will find a reason not to take. It's always gonna be this. And yeah, but trading is a risk on game. So you have to be better on that. That's possibly your weakness as a trader. So yeah, to take a setup. What other setup are you gonna take? Like, if your setup shows up in front of you and you don't take, what are you gonna take? Why are you trading in the first place if you're not gonna take your setup? You know, it's like, take the setup. You have an edge if you know you have an edge. What else are you gonna take? Why are you bitching out? You know, it's as simple as that sometimes. Ooh, I like it. I like that. I like that wick. Is there an SMT with ES with a higher time frame low? Oh my god, that setup on ES is, you see, like, the correlation between ES and NQ. Like, if you don't look at them, you're blind, in my opinion. The reason why NQ went this far is for ES to sweep its own, like, the sell side right here. So now it's ready to go back up. Still respecting the 15-minute gap, so that is the earlier entry right here. This is the early entry to a possible good along. I will wait for price to shift though. That's what I'm gonna do. But no, like, just know that power of 3 wise, there is the accumulation phase, manipulation. Inverse is the first setup you can take. Breaker is the second. So I'm gonna take the breaker. I will definitely take the breaker. Are you from Europe? No, I'm from Canada. 108, bruh. How do we get 108? You guys are crazy. Okay, it's shifting. I don't want it to, tap this 15-minute gap. I want it to be untouched. I don't really like the displacement right now. This is not exactly what I want to see. I would want to see a pullback, hold, break, pullback. Pullback, hold, break, pullback. A lot to ask for, but you know what I'm saying? Do you know Afiz? No, I don't know him. I don't know the guy. Atul. Atul Briv. The sound is cutting out. Is it? Am I lagging? Because I think like I have to. Tell me if I'm lagging, guys. All good? Alright. That's perfect then. Looking for. Wait, put it here. Looking for that though. I want to see price retrace, hold, the inverse. Okay. Then rebreak. A lot to ask for, but what it takes. That's what it will take here. Damn, the setup on ES looks so fucking good. The setup on ES looks so good. We'll stay patient though. What are you doing? Take it on ES. We'll see, bro. We'll see how it goes. But there's people definitely logging into other accounts, bro. That's crazy. That's brazy. Coming back literally 2 seconds. There is a possible opportunity right here, though. Pretty good opportunity in front of y'all to go long. I will definitely monitor that setup. Alright, some good possible longs here. Not gonna lie. We like a deeper retrace here. Where would we like the retracement? A 5-minute bar. We have a fair value gap here. Could find some resistance right there. Trading view colors. Black, white, red. Blue. Come on, bro. Come back. Might draws this internal for value gap. Most defo. Come on, bro. Please give me a setup. Is it that hard? I want to see. I want to see a retracement right now. Here. So I would enter here. Top loss would be here. 855. 700. 380.25 on the CI. I want to scalp this internal for value gap, but come on, bruh. Oh. What am I supposed to do, man? I'm gonna crash out. Oh, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out for sure. What is this? Like, I'm reading it literally perfectly. 3 times in a row, no retrace. Like, the price is just so smooth. Like, you could just buy the first retracement. So yeah, that was my draw, like I said. Good job if you caught it. For me, I couldn't really answer on that. Kind of pissed off though. I want to take a trade, especially right now. Missed out on 2 opportunities, not necessarily full size opportunities, but still missed out on 2 opportunities today, like that I not should have, but could have been in. A lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. A lot. Who's green today? Hopefully y'all are green. Hopefully y'all made money. But for me, still dry. Still pretty dry. Not bad opportunities still though. It's like can't really blame myself for not being aggressive enough. But you know, like the setups that are forming in front of me are A plus. So like these are trades where I go full size. Best in eval. Made 1.2k. Good stuff, bro. Happy for y'all. If y'all made money, that's great. Base hits. Why don't you take that 5-minute IFVG? Um, like I said, this is not my main strategy. It's not my main strategy. I don't think living like chess has liked the stream yet. Yo, come on, bro. I like the stream. Like the stream to get a straight to funded account. We're at 114. No, no, no. I'm not risking a quarter of my drawdown. I'm risking I'm risking 1/7 or eighth. I'm risking like $800 when my drawdown is 6,000, something like that. But per accounts. So like I have 5 accounts, 150Ks. So it would be 5 times 6, 30. So 30K of drawdown in total. And per trade, my like full size risk would be 800 times 5, so 40, like 4,500. No, that's 40. Yeah, I'm tripping. 40. So 1,000. Didn't go to school. GG's. Yeah, 114 likes. I think I'm far from my mic. I'm gonna stay like this. What does PFT mean? It means pockets full trading. That's the name of my Discord. Right now there is a possible long setup. Looking to see what we can get from this. The range is huge though. If I'm forced to enter micros, that's insane. Bro, one candle on the 1 minute chart was 33 handles. What is this? This 15-minute bar was 115. Is my voice lagging right now? Actually? Is it? I guess it's your I guess it's your Wi-Fi, bro. But I know when I'm far away from my mic, it could sound weird. Because it's better when I'm close. We'll see what we can get from here. After sweeping this previous daily low, I knew we had some room to the upside since we created that bearish fair value gap. You see, like if you reject lows and you have internal gaps formed, this is a framework that works. But an entry, you could find any entries inside of that. So that inverse, like I said, was the first play you could have caught inside this range. Didn't take it because it's the first confirmation is usually the trade that is that has the highest risk to reward. So it's kind of risky. So yeah, we'll take a look at if I take a trade here. I really like this possible reversal. Um, what I would like is to find some accumulation right here. Pull back, hold, re-break. So I usually always enter in second distributions. Always. So like I don't enter trying to predict really. I really wait for price to create, let's say, a breaker, hold the breaker, order block for value gap, and entry, and then price goes up. Usually that's what I'm looking for. So let's say in this case, I'm trying to buy some time here, pull back, hold, break, entry here. That's what I'm looking for. That was sweet. Either, like, even on ES, it was really sweet. There's 3 likes left for 150k straight to no, not 150k. What am I talking about? I'm baiting the fuck out of y'all. 50k straight to funded account. So lightning account. Y'all thought, oh my god, 150k? Hell no. I don't have that motion yet. If y'all use the code of Moss though, I could be giving 150k's, but for now, it's 50k's. So basically, you see that breaker? I want us to hold that breaker, re-break the high, and then I will monitor a possible long. It was a sharp move up though. Just quite ass, but even this. 491. 467. Good question. Did you have a mentor or you learn everything by yourself? Um, I learned the concepts at first, but I wouldn't say I learned. Let's say looking at the 2022 mentorship, or I just took my own approach. So I understood the concepts at first, and then you know went on my own. On my own, I went with my brother. So, but yeah, what I have, let's say, what I know and what I trade is different than most people for sure. Especially RR wise. 120. Yes, sir. Oh my god. How many people logged into their second YouTube channel to get that like goal? Come on, be honest. But yeah, we're gonna give away a 50k Lightning account. So we're gonna do it in not now, in like 20 minutes. All right, because I want to see if I have a setup, and then we'll do it. All right. But I'm pretty happy with having 120 likes. Don't know how many of them are real though, but I'll take it. Still 120, you know. I like that. This is good action right now. NQ's action today has been like incredibly good, but no retracement. When it's incredibly good like that, aggressive entries pay. I have a feeling that I don't know. This range is so big. We could end up forming like an inside bar candle. Like we moved so much. But what is this? Damn. Yeah. I'll show you guys my wait, I'm gonna show you guys my PNL for the month. Let me show you guys my PNL for the month. So that, yeah, if I don't end up taking a trade today, that will be like my PNL for the month. So right here, um, let me show y'all right here. So that's the PNL for the month. So just so you guys see, this is like the accounts. So there's no way to fake it. When it's written FTD, it means that these are straight to funded accounts. And then right here, Amos. So my name is Amos, but you added 10 after. So just like Ben 10, but Amos 10. And then let me show you all the stats. So currently, my net PNL is 24,500, but I lost like $6,000, or no, I lost $5,000 on June, the last day of June, which I'm up like around 29 this month with my Tradeify accounts. So let me just get into those stats. So I'm on a 6-day win streak, I think. Wait, oh shit. Let me just go down like this. So I'm on a pretty big win streak right now. So you guys can see that's my PNL. So 6.5 on the first day, which put me in a good position. And then went for base hits and quick scalps here and there on the days that I was not sure of the bias, and on the days that I was sure of the bias, then I went for bigger picture plays that made me a little bit more money. So I have rankings in terms of setups. I have a setup where it's an A plus, and I have setups that are B or B plus setups. And on those setups, if I see an A plus setup, I will risk around $1,200 per account. If it's not A plus though, I will risk around like $700-$600 per account, which equals to like 2.5k or 3k days. So there's a lot of 3k days. So this one, this one. So yeah, so this is my PNL for the month right now. Hopefully we'll take a trade together in the next 20. But yeah, what I learned, it's not what I learned, but like we don't necessarily learn, but what you can get basically from this month, if you truly ask me, is that I got impatient on the 11th and the 14th. So everyone makes mistakes, right? And I made a video on YouTube. You can watch everything. But I was literally saying like that I crashed out on those days. You see 30 trades, it's more 6 trades per account times 5 accounts. Right here it's 4 trades per account times 5 accounts. So on those days I got impatient. I settled for less and I paid the price. But what's most important about those days is the fact that I didn't, like, even if I made a mistake, all right, and we are humans, and I the psychology got the best of me, even if I think psychology is overrated. But you see, on those days, I didn't blow my account. You know, I was able to close my chart and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna take the L. I didn't trade well today, and then the next day 4.1, so made it all back on a good setup. Then looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for base hits right now. Not looking to give back a lot of profits. Was not trading the best last week, so boom, 3.1, 1.9, 4.4, 2.1, 2.7. So say whatever the fuck you want, but that's with a 0.8 risk to reward. All right, 0.8 risk to reward. So if that goes to show, one thing is that I like to rack up those wins. I don't like to be wrong too often. All right, I like to be right. I like to get paid fast. I like to be right fast, and I like to be, wrong fast. And that is with 5 accounts. Okay, so still, I think I'm halfway there. I'm a little bit more than halfway there. To request a pretty large payout, but the thing is, I'm not really looking at the P&L too much. Anything can happen. I know, like even if like right now I'm on a win streak, I could end up losing 3-4 days in a row, but you know that wouldn't change anything. What the fuck is my cam doing right now? Bruh. But yeah, so that's basically it. That's the P&L, and you guys can see here on. We can go through the trades here. You guys want to look at it, right here. So yesterday won 537. So it was a good setup, but not my A plus. So $600 per trade, so per account. Right here, same thing. Was not that good of a trade. Was willing to put on the risk. 417. Oh, good. I still made money. Then, all right, my fault. Right here, yeah, this was what was that day? Yeah, that was like the copy trader was fucked up right here. Then 376. You see, like there is days where I just take a small scalp and get out. So let's say I don't see a lot of A plus plus opportunities right now like that I do get a pretty nice large pullback. So staying patient and we'll see what we get. But one thing that I know is that you can never look at your profits and be attached to them. I know I could lose those accounts tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but I know I could be in a loss streak. But if I follow my system, that's the most important thing. I know that there is chance. I saw it in the past in backtesting that I will face a huge loss streak, let's say. So I'm comfortable with the fact that right now I have this amount of money in the balance. So I'm just gonna keep trading the exact same way that brought me from 0 to 29. That's it. Not bad. March, April, I had my profit up over 100K on the 550Ks. Took a bunch of payouts and lost my live account. Bad risk management. Yeah, it's all good. If you're accountable to the mistakes that you made and you're like, you know what, I fucked up and I'm gonna get better. That's it. No, this is not. No, this is not from trading IFVGs, unfortunately. This is by trading my own strategy, but I'm telling y'all from like my perspective, I'm telling y'all IFVGs are pretty good. Right? I wouldn't be saying that. Like truly, I'm being truly honest, they're really good. So yeah. But don't compare yourself. Especially don't compare yourself to me. Right? First thing, is that shit is not sweet. It's not like it seems. Like you go to war in some months and you're all fucked up sometimes. This is not sweet. right? Like you can't compare yourself to anyone. All right, just stay on your own path, build your own strategy, build yourself as a trader, but you know, don't compare yourself to anyone because it's not just profits. Okay, sometimes it's there's blood, there's some blood, you know, on the same system. So you know what I mean. I just want to be clear and be completely honest with y'all. Yeah, individual game for sure. How many evals you blown before buying an instant funding account? To be honest, for me on the evals, I don't really pass them the right way. Like I just go super heavy, you know. So quite some evals for sure, but I don't pass them, you know, the right way necessarily. I know they're one day to pass, so I try to pass them in one trade usually. That's what I do. That's what I do, bro. Range is fat. Range is pretty damn fat. First entry could be on that 5 minute gap for sure. Yeah, just see the potential in them, like you said. It's like, bro, I'm from the sidelines, let's say, and I know the probabilities game, right? Because I've been literally backtested most of my time with trading, and I know there is edge in inverse, like there is. So like if you take the time to be like, okay, I'm gonna be the best inversion trader, like there is money to be made in my opinion. Not necessarily the exact way that everyone preach it, but you could find your own way through it. That's 100,000%. 126 likes, come on. So I want to go longs soon. Do want to go long. I don't know how much we're gonna retrace though. It's gonna be with one con. It's pretty big range here. I didn't get the thing I was willing to get right here. This is a good area. We'll see. There's a long trade though, that's why I went break even, but I'll be mad at myself if I got stopped out to the tick. That's a good setup still. You know, even if it ends up failing, it's a really good setup. So I'm gonna blame myself for not taking it. I know it. So 50% is my last line of defense really here. Tap 50. Here it's either we see a reaction or we just rip through it. Looks like we're gonna get cooked here. Not gonna lie. Oh my god. Took literally fucking went to war here to go back towards the break even spot and got literally in one candle slammed. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to win. We'll see. Looks like it's a GG. Definitely looked like a GG though, but damn. Your own guy, like this trade has just taken too much time. Looks like it's gonna be a loss though. Like we didn't get the traction I wanted to see on that 5 minute. Like a bullish 5 minute candle could save us right here if we do reject, but pretty unlikely where we are on the chart, really, to be honest. That would be like quite like we would need the next candle to close bullish, which I don't think is gonna happen. No. So it's not gonna be a small loss to date. Definitely not a small loss today. Yeah. That's most likely a GG's for sure. But not a bad setup. It's just the size. I think I should have went lower size on that a little bit. Bro, this level has so much resistance. Like, it's fucking crazy. This rally gap is strong also. Even just below it, but like this rally gap will tell us a lot if we do tap into it. If this one gets disrespected, it's cooked. We're in some cooked shit. But where we are currently on the chart, the chances of me winning this trade is so slim. So slim. Bro, what's up with that level, bro? Universes gap here. It's some cook shit. Thing is, we're getting late. So like, remember I said like since the range is so big and it's end of day, we could have an inside bar, and that's actually literally what we have. We do have an inside bar right now. I do want to see price push right now and like close above this bearish gap, because if we can, like, there's gonna be the 50 macro, and the 50 macro could either put us to our stop loss or to our take profit. So like accumulation at this time is normal, 30ish. It's just gonna go to the right side. It just literally can't close above this 5-minute open. It can't. It literally just can't. Yeah. Yeah. We're dead. What a shame. Inside bar, bro. Not gonna lie. Like, there's so much resistance right here. Like, if we close it right above this line, bro, we could start ripping for sure. The faith is not here, you know, but because it takes too long. Usually, I'm already out of the trade, or right now I'm just in a chop. So hopefully we'll push, and the 50 macro will put us back up towards our TP. But if it does retrace to 61.8, will possibly take me out and then do the move. So there's two possible outcomes here. That level's gonna hold again. What is that resistance right here? Oh shit, you can't see my position. It's right here. But I'm definitely gonna get cooked on that. Like the chances are not with me. Fortunately, we'll see though. Is OTE a true concept? We'll see now. 61.8. Last line of defense. Is it gonna close above that shit? That fuck ass line, bro. It's not. Bro, we're drowning in drawdown right now, bro. Come on, man. It's 41. Like, we could get the impulse from the 50 macro. We could. 61.8 tapped. Last line of defense. That gap, bro, it will tell us everything. I actually want to see it like 5, 6 candles in a row being bullish. I think we can. I just want to breathe, bro. Come on, can I just breathe? This gap is huge. Right here. $42. That's a 50-50 right now where we are. Preferably, like, you don't want to see this candle trade back into the gap. You would want this inverse to be the cover. You would want a wick to be formed here and then push up. If it pulls back though, we'll fight. Days. I've been in this trade for too long, bro. I'm a scalper, man. Get me the fuck out. It's really rare that I'm in a trade for that long. It never goes right when I hold it for that long. That's one thing I know is that she is not sweet when you're holding it for like more than 20 minutes. So right now 44. There's gonna be a big fat candle at 50. So hopefully we'll fill orders to the upside. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Coming back. Oh hell no. Come on. 46, bro. Come on. I don't want to see this candle being a down close. Could be bad. Yeah, I mean that's the odds are against me right now. For sure. Where we are on the chart. Like right now it's prayers. But like you want to find a buyer somewhere. But with that inverse 46. Ay ay ay. All right. That's definitely reps for me right there. We had that. We had that dream though. That's done for 1.2. There's like zero chance I survive that, by the way. There's gonna be a big, huge candle at 50. This could slip me, actually. There's gonna be a huge candle. Hopefully it doesn't slip my shit. Yeah. And no, it didn't slip me, but hopefully this wasn't the soup I was talking about. If it makes the move at 50, bro, I'm done. But yeah. Oh my god. That trade was definitely not worth the fucking mental battle I had to, like, the time it took to hit the trade was just too much. It was way too much. But yeah. So we'll do the giveaway. Lost damn man, that hurts. 1.2 per account. So that's a full size loss. That would have put me in a really good position, but full size loss on that account, unfortunately. On all 5 of my accounts, so like that's a huge losing day. But yeah, good setup overall. Still, don't know if I should have entered with that big of a size, but definitely didn't expect an inside bar candle to form here. So yeah, I was just we're exhausted back here. So fortunate we took the loss here, and yeah. So we'll do the giveaway. Let me do this. So the word, how many legs do we have? 124. All right. So we'll do the word will be lightning. No, that's too much. I'm talking shit. PFT. All right. Word is PFT. All right. PFT. So I'm gonna put it in the chat right here. So 50K straight to funded account. All right. So let me just do this. So that's the word PFT, and you have around 1 minute to spam that word for the giveaway. So how much are we right now? We're 108. So yeah, at 100-ish, I'm gonna start it. So PFT is the word. All right, so we are how many? 88. I'll wait like 15 seconds, and then I'll do the giveaway. So by now you should already be in, to be honest. Word is PFT. Literally 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, starting it. Good luck. Age. Amen. You have 60 seconds to type in the chat to claim your gift. Good job. You have a few seconds to type in the chat. Amen. Cage. Amen. Like, not much. How many? You'll lock in, bro. 22 seconds, or you don't have the account, so you gotta type in the chat. I don't see you in the chat anywhere. Okay, you're here. I see you. But it tells me that. Oh, wait. Is it the right account? Is it the right account? All right, so make sure you have your email in your YouTube description, and that's it. So I'm gonna send the code by email. All right. So congrats. Fortunately, I lost my trade today, full size. So unfortunate. Missed out on quite some good opportunities today. And it's unfortunate that the only trade that I end up taking, because it retraced back deep enough, was in fact the loss. So yeah, it hurts, but man, followed the plan. You see here, like, I wanted to see the push, and when it's outside the macro, I know it has less chances, but was still willing to stab it, and was definitely not what I was signing up for. But yeah, GG's. We go next, and that's it. So I'll share the P&L at the end of the day, of course, like usual. So yeah, but nothing changes. Still the same setup, same model, and yeah. So GG's, guys. See you guys tomorrow at the same exact time, 12:30 p.m. EST.